Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining us to talk about BMore this summer. My name is Lawrence Summerville, and I am a member of the Youth Advisory Council.
My name's Tori Howard. I attend Booker T. Washington Middle.
And it is our honor to introduce our mayor, Brandon Scott.
Thank you both. Thank you both for being a great example of what the courage our young people have in Baltimore City, but also for giving me a great introduction when you just said my name and nothing else. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. We had a lot of announcements with a special focus on our young people this week. And today I'm really thrilled to be focused on what might be the most important part. Well, I'm just going to say what is the most important part. Our comprehensive lineup of youth programming and events that will engage, connect, and empower the young people of our city. I want to acknowledge all of our partners here today and supporters that are with us today, including Dr. Brooks at the team of the Office of Children and Family Success, Director Moore and the team at Rec and Parks, President and CDO of the Pratt, Heidi Daniels, who here with us, Director Jackson's who here with us, and of course, all and most importantly, our young people who are here today, including the two that you just heard from, and any and everyone else who had a hand in helping us create this strategy and this programming. We believe collectively in investing in our youth and providing them the opportunities to thrive, learn, and have fun, and what is going to help them engage with community, stay safe, and spend that time productively. All summer long across Baltimore, teenagers will be able to find an event or program that they want to participate in every day of the week and on weekends. And we are kicking off the summer with our first major event, Be More Lit Sunday, this Sunday, May 28th at Rash Field from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. My administration has been working collaboratively for months with several organizations and community partners to ensure we're in position to provide a robust summer engagement strategy. What we're most excited about, though, is that this is a youth-driven plan. We went directly to our young people, brought them into the process, and included their perspective and additional data that identify gaps in services and inform our decision makers. We went to over 10 schools, one of the things that fell down, you guys, 10 schools, and spoke directly with 300 young people in Baltimore City about what exactly they wanted to do this summer. They told us that they wanted to hear live entertainment, have opportunities to make money, have spaces to safely gather and socialize, and have access to exciting activities like pool parties and midnight basketball. And I know there'll be some pool parties here at Drew Hill Park. So we said, okay, just like our young people requested, every weekend this summer there will be pool parties, basketball games, and so much more that is just for them. Many folks have said about why we ask young people what we want to see in programming and in rec centers. Like I said before, if we want them to participate in it, then they have to be involved in the creation of it. The most idiotic thing that we've ever done in my lifetime is plan things for young people without young people being involved. We wouldn't ask these young people behind me, what do you want to do? What do you want the seniors to do, the senior citizens to do this summer? So we should treat them with that same level of respect. So now, at every one of these social events, there will be information about resources made available, such as wraparound services and support for children and families that are in need. We want every teen, every young person in Baltimore City to have a safe and fun summer. And we're pulling out all the stops to make sure that it's exactly what happens and the resources available to make it so. Please make sure that you all stay up to date on our calendar events by visiting BeMoreChildren.com and following the Office of Children and Family Success on Instagram at BeMoreChildren, or me at Mayor BM Scott, or Rec and Parks at Rec in Park, in like an N, in Parks. And we'll see you all this Sunday at Rash Field. Thank you very much. I think I'm turning over to you, right? Am I turning it back to you or no? Oh, yep. And I'm sorry, I'm going to turn it back over to the boss of the day, Lawrence.
And now I would like to introduce Dr. Brooks.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Lawrence. We appreciate all that you do on the behalf of your peers in supporting the young people. Again, I am Dr. Brooks, the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success, and I am so happy to share with you all of the fun and exciting things that we have in store for our young people this summer. MOCFS is charged with radically improving the lives of Baltimore's children and families by ensuring access to resources and opportunities needed to succeed and thrive. Our mayor, Brandon Scott, and city administrator has tasked my office, along with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, to co-develop an integrated summer youth engagement plan that prioritizes our Baltimore's youth and takes an all-hands-on-deck approach to ensure their safety. This summer, we have planned activities for children and youth of all ages, and I want to say of all ages, which includes, as you heard our mayor say, music and art festivals to be able to highlight the creative talents of our young people, as well as movie viewings, pool parties, basketball, skating, and of course, cookouts. Every young person in the city of Baltimore deserves to have safe and fun summer activities. Our collective goal with our engagement plan is to provide safe, healthy, and engaging spaces for our young people under the age of 18 to gather and socialize. In an effort, we have engaged over 300 young people across our great city to cultivate the programming that we want to have this summer. I want to emphasize over 300 young people provided voices as we planned the summer engagement for them. I am very proud of this work, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your commitment to making sure that our young people can thrive. A special thank you to Noell Lugay, who helped from my office to lead with partnership with Rexham Park and other partners in this work. I'd like to now introduce to you the Director of Baltimore City Recreation and Parks, who is my partner in this work, so that he can tell you about some of the things they have planned at several recreation centers across this city.
Thank you, Dr. Brooks. Good afternoon to everyone, to Mayor Scott, Councilman Torrance, our colleagues. We're so excited to be here with you at our Druid Hill Aquatics facility. Less than 12 months old, and we're getting ready to open it up for our second season starting tomorrow. But without the support of the mayor and elected officials, none of this is possible. So again, on behalf of our agency, I definitely want to thank you all. We're excited to be partnering with the Mayor's Office, the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success, the great partnership and collaboration we have with Enoch Pratt Library to continue to put the focus and at the center of our conversation, our youth. So this summer, while we will continue to move forward with programming, I just want to really highlight a few of those programs, and then I want to spend a little bit of this time talking and speaking about the safety around our swimming pools. So as Dr. Brooks mentioned earlier, one of our traditional programs that we have continued to offer is our Camp Baltimore site, which is our summer campsite. That's at 30+ rec centers. We have our BMore Summer Fun, and we have specialty camps from basketball camp to tennis camp, just to name a few. So I can assure you there's opportunities for kids this summer. But beyond just the traditional camps, we have to speak and think about BNBL. To some, it's BNBL, but to others, the Baltimore Neighborhood Basketball League. That's BNBL, as the mayor says, but we as an agency, I want to reference that Baltimore Neighborhood Basketball League. But the mayor says known as BNBL. But that's an opportunity for our youth to engage in our basketball league throughout the summer. One of the big things I learned quickly when I came to Baltimore is all about basketball. But beyond just the BNBL, one program that we did on a pilot level last year was our midnight basketball. This year it's coming back bigger than ever, and it's going to be at our historic, the Dome. And I think everybody know about the Dome in East Baltimore and the many players that has played there. I'm pretty sure, Mayor, you've shot a couple of jumpers there yourself. But in addition to the BNBL, we also want to make sure that we continue to find safe spaces for our youth. And so thanks to the leadership of our aquatics team and Nikki Cobbs, we will be offering this year pool parties for our youth to come out at various locations throughout the summer. And speaking of pool parties or pools in general. Next Sunday is our big splash. It's our kickoff at 12:30 here at Druid Hill Park. It is the official kickoff of our swimming season. However, what I want to highlight is that our pools will be open tomorrow. 4 of our park pools will be operating tomorrow. Those 4 locations are Druid Hill Park, Chip Clifton Park, Riverside, and Roosevelt. So again, Druid Hill Park Pool, Clifton Park, Riverside, and Roosevelt. So those will be exciting, with additional 2 park pools that will be coming on in mid-June, which is Clifton Splash, which is our outdoor facility, as well as Patterson Park Pool. Additionally, at middle of June, when school is out, we will open up our neighborhood pools at 6 locations. So please, for more information around our pools, visit us at bcrp.baltimorecity.gov, or as the mayor said, our social media at Rec in Parks. And the last thing I want to highlight to our young people, we want you to have fun, but we want you to be safe. And what that means is there's operating hours on those pools. It's on the websites. And we encourage each and every one of you to come out during those times. But after hours swimming, it's not safe for you. There is no lifeguards on site. So what we encourage our young people, do not jump fences this summer. Come during our scheduled times. We want you to have a great time this summer. That's why we are doing pool parties to extend some of our hours, but we want you to be safe. So with that, I will turn it back over to Lawrence. All right, Lawrence, again, thank you for being here.
Thank you for your good words. Now, I would like to introduce Heidi Daniels.
Good afternoon. I'm Heidi Daniel, President and CEO of the Enoch Pratt Free Library. And we are so excited to be here today with all of these amazing partners from all of these different city agencies to once again launch our Summer Break Baltimore at all of our Pratt Library locations. It begins June 1st and will go through August 31st. This record-breaking program is available for all ages, for our young people, and for their entire families. And Mr. Mayor and everyone behind me, all of the young people behind me, we're super excited to sign you up next week. And you'll all get these great free limited edition t-shirts, which I'm modeling here for you today. So everyone, we have one for you. So make sure you sign up and we'll get it to you. Every month this summer, you'll receive a free book for your home library. So every member of your family that signs up will get a free book to build out the literacy in your home. Then, throughout the summer, if you read the book or attend a library program, which we have at all 22 of our locations, as well as our partner sites, you can fill out a raffle card, drop it off at your local library, and we'll raffle off prizes for winners like Oriole tickets, passes to Port Discovery, Children's Museum, the National Aquarium, and more. And you can start signing up at any Pratt location or online, and we're happy to help you do that, starting June 1st. We're also partnering with many of the organizations with us today. So Pratt staff will be conducting some programming inside a few of our Baltimore City rec centers with our great partners at Parks and Rec. And we'll be bringing 4 authors to Baltimore City schools to their summer learning sites so that students who attend those programs will get to meet the author and receive a free copy of the writer's book. And at our central library, we'll also be hosting the Lit Future Teen Summer Camp. This free camp runs June 26th to August 4th and is Monday through Friday, 12:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. You can also come a little earlier and check out all of the library's resources. Teens can learn about different careers, they can explore life and job skills, and participate in creative STEAM-centered workshops. Registration is now open and available at prattlibrary.org. You can find all of our free events that we have going on for families on our website or in our Compass, or at any one of your 22 neighborhood branches. We look forward to seeing you this summer and spending the summer with you, and thank you to the partners that work to make the city great for our youth. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Now I would like to introduce Noell Lugay.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Listen, it's hot out here, but the summer is going to be even hotter is what I'm trying to say, okay? Thank you, everybody, for being here. My name is Noell Lugay. I'm the Chief of Policy and Partnerships from the Mayor's Office of Children and Family Success, and I need my young people to come up a little bit closer to me because this is really about all of you. I'm going to highlight just a few things and a few partners that we really have been working with collaboratively to get this work done over the summer. The first thing I want to say is like a big thank you to Enoch Pratt, Heidi Daniel, Julia Baez at Baltimore's Promise. All of the summer systems planning that we have done really started in the fall. We started really thinking about what it is that youth wanted, and then when it was time to get youth voice, we went to them with one question in mind. If you could design your perfect summer without any restriction, what would it be that you wanted to see? So all of these young folks that are behind me, like Tori and Lawrence and all the rest of my friends and my partners, Rich Foundation, everybody, young successful leaders, Sons of Phoenix, everyone, they came to me and we worked together and we said, what do we want to see? So we put that together. So the first thing I want everyone to get really excited about is that this Sunday is our kickoff. And as you can see, we have our flyer here with a good QR code. And I want everyone to get excited about that. This Sunday at Rash Field from 6 to 10, it is going to be our kickoff event for teens from 6 to 10. Don't forget the time at Rash Field. And it is going to be BMore this summer. We have everyone that the youth wanted. This was all about them. They were co-authors in all of this programming, and that's what makes this so exciting. So Q Reckless, A1 Beam, Fathom from DTLR, our major partners. Shout out to Fathom. Band Hunter, India, Donnie, Lure Asia, they're coming outside. Live, food, free, photo booths, everything that the youth wanted, we created for them. So we want them to find a space. And I talked about this the other day. We cannot continue to tell youth what they can't do without creating spaces and places for them to go, right? So we have to do both, two things at the same time. Create that safe space, but then also give them the programming and engagement that they need to have. So the anchor organizations, City Schools, Pratt Libraries, Summer Funding Collab, we're super excited about all of these things. As Director Moore mentioned, we're having pool parties every Friday night at various locations starting right here at Druid Hill Park on June 23rd. Okay, June 23rd. From June 23rd all the way to August 5th, pool parties at various locations. Midnight basketball is back, July, the Dome, and at Cloverdale. And second and fourth Saturdays, we are activating Saturday Night Live. Mayor Scott was gracious enough to let us go ahead and take the whole front of City Hall and our surrounding streets and shut them down and let the youth have a good time. 3-on-3 basketball, gaming trucks, all the activations. And while we originally engaged 300 youth in the initial planning on this, I want everyone to understand and know that we are continuing to engage them in what they think, getting their feedback, and also what it is they additionally want to see. So this isn't what do you want in the beginning, we'll run with the planning. You are a co-author. This is your city, this is their city, and this is why we are here. So I want everyone to go to BeMoreChildren.com, sign up, be a volunteer, okay? Take all of that extra energy we have towards our youth and put it towards being a volunteer to support these events that are all summer long. We want you to come out and we want you to support them in really changing the narrative around what safety, engagement, and really just connecting with our youth really looks like in Baltimore City. Thank you all for being here, and I'm going to turn it back over to my Executive Director, Dr. Debra Brooks. I'm sorry, I apologize. Back to Lawrence, because he's really the man out here tonight. I'm just going to this afternoon. Let me move.
Yeah, I would just like to thank each and every one of you for coming out and listening to what we had to say. And at this time, we will open the floor up for questions.
Check, test, 1, 2. We're hearing about the young people driving this. Can you share with us kind of what you all brought to the table, what it was like being a part of the planning, and give me some long answers.
Yes, so as I mentioned, I am a member of the Youth Advisory Council, and at the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, we get an opportunity to develop ways to think about how we can engage youth the best. And some of the things that include is Worksite Wednesdays, where we go to a variety of work sites where we could see how the youth engage there, to see how they can be better there and how we can continue to improve that experience. And that's really been the Youth Advisory Council focus. As Brandon Scott mentioned, is we got to make this youth driven. And what is the best way to do that is by including the youth, having a direct hand in developing the program. And with my supervisors like Mr. Richard, we think of ways where we can not only hear the youth, but take action. And that's been our main responsibility, and it's been one of the best parts of the summer, and it's going to continue to be. So, thank you.
So, when she came to the school, couple of scholars she asked us what did we want to do this summer, and we gave opinions of what we wanted to do, and the opinions we gave, we have it. So that's.
Hi. So obviously for these later night events, kids are exempt from the curfew for an hour, I believe it said. What measures are being taken? How can parents feel comfortable with their kids coming home at these hours? Are they going to get calls? Or is there a checkup system? Can you just give some info for parents?
So great question. So what we are doing is that each event that takes place after the curfew, our young people will receive a wristband that actually identifies them so that they're aware, so that everyone is aware that they participated in a city-sponsored event. We also will make sure that they receive that wristband at the end of the event, so it's kind of like an exit ticket. Also, we will, at many of our events, will also have, if a student needs a ride home, we will also provide the opportunity for them to have a safe ride home. Also, students will be registering, so families and parents will be aware of where their young people are. And so we've also made sure that parents feel safe there. There are also mechanisms in place to ensure safety, so there will be safety mechanisms in place to ensure. Again, we heard from our young people that said they wanted safe spaces to engage, and so we ensured that we provided them with what it is that they asked for.
Mr. Mayor, you were on CNN today talking about the curfew. When asked about how involved police will be used to enforce it, you began the answer by saying it's a very complicated thing. Then you went on to say, explaining how kids who break curfew will be transported to the youth connection centers. They also had a chyron underneath you saying that you're doubling down on the curfew. So is this simply too complicated to explain to people? And are you concerned that the messaging
No, I think it's too complicated for certain people to understand. We're not here talking about just simply curfew today. We're talking about all these programs and things that we're going to have for our young people. You all have made this simply about curfew. That's not what you heard from these young people. That's not what you heard from our service providers.
Well, I'm asking because it's part of the strategy.
It's not complicated. It's very simple. It's very simple. I'll say this. I'll say this again. We have had youth curfew in Baltimore City since the 1990s. This is not anything new. We're evolving the way that we enforce youth curfew. You've been covering Baltimore a long time. We've never had big issues around how curfew is enforced in Baltimore. You all can try to make it into some big issue because you got to fill your airways. That's fine. That's not an ethical thing for you to do, but that's okay for you to do if you choose to do that. But what we should be doing is talking about how this is going to happen and work. And it might be complicated for some people, but we've seen it work. We've had the Squeegee Collaborative. We take partners in our community, youth ambassadors, other folks out there. We get these young people to come inside, to not be out there doing things that we know are putting them at risk, getting into safe spaces at recreation centers, finding out what resources they need for them and their families. It's not that complicated. It's a very simple thing. Young people should not be out by themselves, far away from home, late hours at night. It's not that complicated. And while we know that this narrative or this backdrop of trying to force it to be around solely around violence and solely around young people and police, this is not that. period. This is not that. This is a comprehensive approach to how we're going to have programming and opportunities for our young people in the city. We do this stuff all the time. Not every time some young person gets transported somewhere. For example, if you're truant from school, the police department isn't picking up those young people and taking them back to school. We partner with the school system who already does that kind of work each and every day. This isn't rocket science. We shouldn't make it to be rocket science.
Mayor, there is concern on the part of the police union that this plan will only lead to more standoffs with police and burden an already overburdened department. How do you address
What
that?
I'll say is that I will be reaching out directly to the union and explaining and talking to them how about this is not the case. Again, we want to relieve them of something that has been their sole duty for as long as I've been breathing air in Baltimore, and bring the rest of city government and the community, most importantly, to be a part of that. This is not something, again, what we should stop doing, what you should stop doing, what folks should stop doing is trying to make this to be some sensationalized thing, and for us to talk about the reality. Reality one, Baltimore's had a curfew since the 90s. Reality two, we've never had issues around enforcing the curfew even when the police department was doing it. Reality three, when you know better, you do better, and you evolve into what you see us talking about. But reality four, it's actually embarrassing that we're not getting follow-up questions from everybody, just a few so far. I know there's some other folks waiting about the programming. So the same amount of energy that we're putting into the curfew, I want to see the same amount of stories about how many programs, how many pool parties, how many summer camps, how many youth work jobs, how many community organizations are doing programming for young people as well. Let's put that same energy into that. I hope that you do. Brittany?
Yeah, my question is about the programs. So
Thank
I
you,
know
ma'am.
it's going to be a lot of them happening concurrently. How many students or how many youth can be like in these programs?
Oh, that's a question total we would have to get back to you, because we would have to calculate the amount of camp slots that we have. We could, of course, taking in the ones that our partners have, of course, with the events with Whole Brittany. So we will follow up. But when you think about all of this totality of all the programming that are happening over the summertime, like, we're going to be talking about thousands of children who are going to be entering into these programs between city schools and rec and parks. YouthWorks alone is 7,000, right? Okay. So we know that we're talking about a large number of young people that are going to be positively engaged this summer.
Okay, and I only asked, I have one follow-up question, just because a lot of parents that I talk to in the community are always saying, oh, well, there's not enough things for these young people to do. There's nothing for them to do. This is a lot for them to do.
This is a lot.
The more they know about it and everybody knows about this stuff, then they can't use the excuse it's nothing for them to do because they have the resources.
We have the QR code. We'll be running the information. They'll see it on every social media website. We'll be pushing it out to folks. We know we'll be going out with the young people. We're going to put it in front of everybody's face and hope that everybody that's eligible and able to do so takes advantage of it. Because it doesn't, listen, as a young man who used to walk down here from Park Heights to come to this pool in the summertime, we know, and I'll just say this very bluntly, the young people are going to know what's going on. Whether the adults know is a whole nother thing. The young people are going to know because they're going to communicate with each other and say, this is where we want to go because somebody told me about how great it was.
But it is enough space for all.
Yes,
of the
we're going to
kids.
get everybody in there.
Okay.
For example, Sunday, Rashfield is a very big place. We had the 4th of July fireworks there, and we were able to hold all of those people. We can do the same thing for our young people to have fun, too. Yes, ma'am. Anybody else? All right. Thank you very much.